Hello everybody, welcome to St Andrews, the home of Birmingham City Football Club. This is the ESFA Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy Final. The two teams emerging onto the field of play now. Newcastle upon Tyne Schools FA will take on North Kent Schools FA for the Under-13 national title. It's a bit of a first for both of these sides. It's the first time Newcastle have reached an under-13 final. They've gone 85 years without a schools age group title. This is the first time in North Kent's history that one of their age group teams has reached a national final. So the teams over on the far side there lining up in front of friends, family and spectators. We can take a look at the team sheets now for you and the starting lineups. Starting with North Kent SFA, they'll wear blue shirts and white shorts. They start with number 1, Iridas Valanauskas in goal. 2 is Frankie Burgess. Number 4 is Josh Leach. 5 is Wayne Rushell. 6, Jack Pieski. 7 is Tate Trusty, he's the captain. 8, Josh Chambers. 9, Nikola Kristanovic. 10, Victor Akinwale. 11 is Adrian Akandi. And number 17 is Namori Kane. Their opposition in black and white will represent Newcastle upon Tyne Schools FA. They start with number 1 in goal, Mauro Asikaugu. 2 is Ben Franklin. 3, Nathan Danes. 4 is Ben Douglas. 5, Vitalis Niakila. 6, Afonso Lindo. 7 is Harvey Hills. 8, Alfie Watmore. 9 and captain is Michael Nduwini. 10 is Nathan Nkunku. And number 11 is Luke Majmudar. Substitutes for both counties this afternoon for North Kent. They've got Dan Butt, Lenny Barnes, Callum Hudson, Kyle Smith and George Hunter as the options from the bench. And Newcastle have Jack Leckie, George Wilson, Joseph Grigg, Owen Drinkeld and Joe Ferguson. So a rolling substitute format here in the Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy Final. So substitutes can come on and off. It allows the managers and coaches to rotate the freshness of their sides as they contest 2 35-minute periods. If it's level after 70 minutes, we go to extra time. That's 7 minutes each way. And if they still can't be separated, then we will go down to a penalty shootout. So it's a big occasion for these boys, 12 and 13 years of age, out on a field that very recently saw Birmingham City stay in the Championship by the skin of their teeth. Vying for silverware, these two sides. And some of the players in both sides actually represent some professional clubs at youth level. It's a handful in each of the two teams. We'll pick those out as we go through the match. Team photos taking place, good opportunity to get a photo. And it's round about now, if it hasn't sunk in already for some of these players, they're about to play in a national final. Couple of players missing from the North Kent photo. They're in position now. Our officials, incidentally, for this final, Lewis Richards is the referee. He is assisted by Andrew Dixon and Paul Hobday, and the fourth official is Martin Corrigan. So the traditional black and white stripes for Newcastle. Certain Alan Shearer is one of the most famous names to have come through their school system. Others include Steve Bruce, Lee Clark. But the The last time they won a national title was the Under-15s Schools Trophy in 1932. 85 years is a long time to wait. Newcastle United just been promoted back to the Premier League as championship winners. But 2 North East clubs have been relegated from the Premier League this season. So a mixed bag for the North East. Newcastle upon Tyne Schools FA will be hoping that fortune will be favouring them. Approaching midday here in the West Midlands. It was a glorious morning, just clouded over slightly. Might make conditions a bit more favourable for some of the players out there. With, a bit less heat, the sun bearing down on them. So Newcastle still in their team huddle as the captains meet the officials, exchange their county crests. Great support here at St Andrews this afternoon. We expect North Kent Schools FA to line up in a 4-5-1 formation that will quite fluidly transform into a 4-3-3. Victor Akinwale will lead the line through the centre wearing 10. Kristanovic and Akandi, 2 very attack-minded wide men. More of a standard 4-4-2 to be expected from Newcastle. Here we go then, Newcastle upon Tyne Schools FA kick off this Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy final. Immediately give away possession. The call is to switch the ball early. North Kent are playing with 2 wide men. This is Akandi. Coming inside, but it's a loose ball. Was he caught there as he poked it across the field? He was. So free kick. Early involvement for our referee, Lewis Richards, today. Good position to cause some problems. Needs to be a good delivery though. Number 4, Josh Leach, has been entrusted to take it. Two arms aloft, digs it in towards the penalty spot, misses everyone, breaks in the 6-yard box, it's blocked and somehow goes behind for a corner. Nobody seemed to want to attack the first ball there, and when it dropped, it could have gone anywhere. There was a black and white shirt in the way, fortunately for Newcastle. The chance from a set piece early on for North Kent. Headed away at the near post. Flicked back into the box, should be easy enough for the goalkeeper, Asikogu. And indeed it is. Newcastle barely out of their own half. It's flicked on by a blue shirt, happy enough to go back to the goalkeeper. Plays first time, Aridas Valanauskas. There's a late addition to the starting lineup. The regular goalkeeper Max Hearn failed a very late fitness test. We were waiting until about 20 minutes before kickoff to find out whether he'd be fit to play. He wasn't, so Valanauskas gets his call up. Maybe a bit shaky with his first clearance. Ball bouncing around dangerously in the North Kent half, and there's a chance here for Newcastle. It's good strength by their striker, Nduwaini. But Valanauskas was out well and bravely at his feet. That will settle Valanauskas down a bit. It was difficult to come into such a big match at such a late hour. Kunku trying to turn away from trouble, but North Kent have got their foot back on the ball again, but they've given it away in defence again. And there was just a tug on the shirt there, as Ben Douglas tried to burst his way through. And it's now a chance for Newcastle to see what they can do from a dead ball. Alfie Watmore for Newcastle, plenty of pace in towards the far post, but overall the head's safely behind for a goal kick. Bit of a nervous start for both sides, a few bobbling balls, a few defences failing to clear their lines. Message from the touchline here is get your foot on the ball. Good layoff by Nduwaini. It's a chance from distance here, low drive, and almost got on the end of it, Nduwaini. Goal kick was shorter and North Kent have given it away. Chance really for the first time for Newcastle to get their foot on the ball, but the challenge comes in, but then the second touch is loose from Kristanovic, who does manage to close down the clearance in the end. Header well won by Jack Peasky. Down the line it'll come again. This time it's flicked on. Well marshalled back to the goalkeeper. Pitch is very dry, so it is bobbling around a bit. So Valanauskas has had a few pass backs to him already that he's been fairly careful with. It's a huge throw down the line. Here goes Nduwaini through, seeking Watmore, but well dealt with. Offside flag up on the far side there against Victor Akinwale. Only just inside the Newcastle half. Miss kick there. Victor Akinwale is absolutely rapid, gets away from one sliding challenge, gets onto the loose ball, easily drives past the fullback as well, crosses it in, they're queuing up at the far post, and it's wide. What a chance that was for Adrian Akande. Superb running by Victor Akinwale. Two blue shirts queuing up at the far post. And Akande couldn't find the target. Really good chance for North Kent to take the lead. North Kent have had the best of the opening 7.5 minutes or so. Had one effort blocked inside the 6-yard box. They had that clear chance for Akande just a moment ago. I wonder how many more chances they'll get in this final. Good work there by Akande. Here he is drifting in from that right-hand side. Kristanovic dispossessed. Couple of strong challenges going in midfield. Akande is back on the ball again. It's moved wide. 1-2, North Kent playing some nice football. Get a second chance, but they've had to come all the way back. And indeed all the way back to the goalkeeper, Valanauskas. Newcastle coming forward now, and Duaney trying to create something. Wins a throw. Scored in every game he's played in this competition this season. Michael Nduwaini, the skipper. Not really had a sniff as of yet. Hopeful more than anything. The offside flag goes up, but referee Lewis Richards happy to let it run through for the goalkeeper Valanauskas to play from his hands. Strength by Akinwale, goes to ground. Referee delayed just a second, does give it. Big number 17, Namori Kane, is up from the back. So free kick's flighted in towards the far post. I think that's flicked behind by a Newcastle player. It is indeed. Another corner for North Kent. Decent free kick again by Josh Leach, just putting it in the danger area, asking questions. Corner will be taken by the left foot of Nikola Kristanovic. And it comes and it's headed, it's well held. That's another effort for Akandi, finding himself half a yard in the penalty area. Doesn't really get enough power behind the header. Newcastle trying to break quickly through Nduwaini, who's done really well to win the ball back. And now up it goes. Given Kunku something to chase. Well dealt with at the back there by Wayne Bushell. He receives it quickly back from his goalkeeper. Good feet. And then crunching challenge comes in on Josh Chambers. I think from Ben Douglas. Just as Chambers looked to release Kristanovic down the left-hand side. Douglas getting himself in a bit of a tight spot there, and at the back. Wanted all the time in the world. North Kent are pressing really well. Duaney just unable to take that one in his stride. Namori Kane with that long throw. We'll see later on if that becomes more of an attacking force for North Kent. Considering this is a full-size pitch, it's been a bit tight in midfield so far. Now it's opening up a little bit. And Kunku manages to lay it off. Douglas is driving forward here. He's got Nduwaini in the middle. Douglas's shot is deflected but runs safely through to Valanauskas. Immediately comes rushing out to the edge of his box, see if he can get anything going quickly. Drops in midfield and lifted over the top by Pierski. Approaching the 13-minute mark here at St Andrews. No real pattern of play yet. a huge kick over the top. Asikogu goes straight through to his opposite number, Valanauskas. Either side really able to get the ball down and string together a series of passes. With North Kent playing 3 in the centre of midfield, you'd expect them to maybe be able to get their foot on the ball a bit better, but credit to the work that the Newcastle midfield are doing. Ben Douglas, who is playing on the right-hand side, but is tucking in very central when he needs to. That's a very, very risky ball out by Valanauskas. His defenders have rescued him there, but it may well come back again. It's flicked over the top. Good defensive work, and that's superb from Josh Leach to play his way out of trouble. The flick inside didn't do his side any favours. Bushell tries to find Kristanovic. Eventually North Kent go back to the goalkeeper again. Valanauskas' distribution isn't the best. Great feet on the edge of the box. Good strength though by Namori Kane to shut the door. First time on Nkunku. Still keeping hold of it. Got 2 blue shirts around him. Gets a low cross in towards the near post, and Dewaney's in there. Somehow he's got there first. All very tight though. Namori Kane could eventually get it out of his own penalty area. Just seeing glimpses of the dangers that Nduwini and Nkunku can pose. So far they've been marshalled well by this man, Namori Kane. Good exchange of passes from North Kent. Candy trying to wriggle his way free. Eventually it's lofted into the box, but too much on it. But better football there from North Kent. Just showed what they can do on the ball. A couple of quick releases in the centre of midfield. Enabled them to get it wide early for Akande. Referees brought that back for the first foul on Ben Franklin. Did really well to open up his body and try and find the space down the line. North Kent having a couple of stabs at trying to clear it. They still haven't really done so. Franklin's ball forward is lifted into the box. Valanauskas off his line. Well played again by North Kent, and he'll almost run through to Akinwale. It's a good challenge. Kristanovic also getting stuck in. Akinwale's in there again. He's bundled one of the defenders to the ground. Nothing given. It's getting very physical on the edge of the Newcastle box. And eventually it's run away by Ben Douglas. Nice idea from Akandi. Knew that he had Leach on the overlap. He's too heavy with the pass. First time flick round the corner from Nkunku doesn't work, and there's space here for Kristanovic, who drives towards the byline. Still going, Kristanovic. Crosses headed away. Nkunku finds himself wide right. Was he body checked there? His coach thought so, the referee didn't. And a bit of space opening up in midfield here for Alfie Watmore, but he's thwarted by Namori Kane. Pressure from Akinwale, but very composed on the ball in the Newcastle defence. Forward they go, looking for Nduwaini. The high ball beats the first defender. Might break for Nkunku. Kane had to be careful. The cross is into the edge of the box. It's cleared to the edge of the box, and there was a foul there, right on the edge of the box. As the ball was half cleared, just used his body, leaned in. That was enough for Lewis Richards to deem it a foul. It's just a yard or so outside the penalty area. Really good chance for a go at goal. No surprises who's going to take it. Top scorer, Michael Nduwaini. Flicks off the top of the wall. Goes behind for a corner. Decent effort by Nduwaini. Wald had just crept forward half a yard or so. Always difficult that close to the penalty area to get it up and over the wall and back down in time. 20 minutes played here at St Andrews. North Kent 0, Newcastle 0. Newcastle's first corner of the game. Headed away at the near post by Kristanovic, who puts enough pressure on to mean that the second ball into the box doesn't have the quality needed. Is there a chance for a break on here for North Kent? Akinwale trying to get going. Just checks back and then beats his man. That's excellent from Akinwale. Now he goes direct, 25 yards from goal. Crunching challenge to thwart him at the last. Kristanovic again busy down the left-hand side, but then sold the dummy. Newcastle try to release their star striker Nduwaini. It's moved over to the far side for Leach. Plenty of space for him to stride into. Chambers trying to turn and open up to the left-hand side, was caught. A couple of good balls into the box so far from North Kent's number 4, Josh Leach. The gangly centre-half Namori Kane has remained in a defensive position for this one. So he's not a target, but it is lifted in again towards the far post. Header on goal is saved by the one hand of Mauro Asikogu, who can pick up a loose ball. Stretched out to his left. It was an unorthodox save, to say the least. And all that matters is that he keep him out at the end of the day. Candy's done really well to wriggle free of 3 challenges. Couldn't get past the 4th, and then he's caught Afonso Lindo as the defender tried to run it out of defence. There, another flash of the pace and ability on the ball that Akandi has. Not really been much of an opportunity on the other side for Kristanovic to get involved in too much in the way of attacking. He's had a couple of runs down the left-hand side, but he's been very busy, Kristanovic. Held up well by Nduwini. Alfonso Lindo is pressed very well by Akinwale. That offside decision was given 15-20 seconds ago. Ben Franklin just caught one in the face there as Akinwale was closing him down. Newcastle right back, but play has eventually been brought back. I think it was Akinwale who was offside. He was applying pressure to the Newcastle defence and was therefore deemed active. Bit of a size mismatch between Leach and Majmuda. Majmuda stuck to it. Leach eventually wins the throw. Ball forward evades a few missed controls and it will eventually break to Akinwale. Cuts it back to the edge of the box. Akande, well held by Asikaogu. Another effort on goal for Adrian Akande. Well worked out by Akinwale. Kristanovic didn't really do many favours with that throw. Josh Chambers, who could only head it back out of play. Ball back in North Kent's hands though. Nduwini could be in it here in behind. The bounce just makes him check his run slightly. And Nduwini again blocked by the defender, which takes it wide of the post. Just lifted over the top by Ben Douglas, and Nduwini was in there. That bounce just forced him to check his stride slightly. Ball did eventually break for a left-footed strike. Blocked at the last line of defence. Corner will be taken by Ben Franklin. It's a decent one as well. It's headed away by Namori Kane. Flicked on by Akande. Well won back. Good industry again by Majmuda. Eventually it's a North Kent goal kick, but Majmuda probably the smallest player on the pitch, but certainly not afraid to get himself stuck in. There's a gap over on that side where he should be, and Nduwini's trying to make up the ground as Leach strides forward for North Kent. Comes inside. Here's Akande. Can't get away from the tackle this time. Bushell having to stoop very low to win that header. Does win the second as well. Kristanovic helps it on its way. Akinwale was trying to read what the defenders were going to do. Asikaogu confident on the ball. This was Alfonso Lindo there. And it's released down into the channel again. The first time flick on from Nduwini seeking Nkunku. Them two trying to link up together. Hasn't really worked. It's worked out better when they've held onto the ball for a second and looked for options. halves in this competition, 35 minutes each. So we're approaching the latter stages of this first period. Both sides have had chances. Adrian Akande of North Kent with the best of them. Mudo with a clever flick over his head, and Kunku, I think, missed it. Douglas again getting involved, coming in off the right flank. Now he's forced wide to chase that ball. It's well dealt with by Wayne Bushell. He was just levered away from it unfairly. Free kick to North Kent. This time it's brought down by Nduwini. Exchanges passes with Majmudar. Nduwini going back the way he came, but then he can open out and try to switch the play. Just evades Ben Franklin, but it's a better idea from Nduwini. Frankie Burgess didn't really deal with that. It's laid off by Nduwini from Kunku, back over the top, seeking Nduwini, almost got through between the two defenders. Out came Valanauskas. Akande and Akinwale win it back for North Kent. Just trying to string together a few passes. They've eventually won it back here through Akinwale. 1-2 with Kristanovic. Akinwale bundled to the ground. Got some of the ball in the challenge, says the referee. And there was a foul on Harvey Hills. Josh Leach trying to release Akande. Those bright blue boots, couple of step overs, almost loses it under his own feet there. Majmudar has absolutely crunched into the advertising hoardings there. He's off the field of play. North Kent play on and try and get it into the Newcastle box. Akande's won it back. Crosses towards the far post for Kristanovic, just turned away by Ben Franklin. Crucial intervention there. Just wonder whether that was the right ball for Akande. There was another supporting midfielder arriving on the edge of the box, unmarked. Maybe the cutback would have been the more favourable option. Kristanovic goes to ground, nothing given. Newcastle can only half clear. Jack Peasky keeps it alive for North Kent. It's better football by North Kent. Now on the left-hand side is Kristanovic. 3 or 4 bodies in the box, loses it but wins it back well. Turns back into trouble here, Kristanovic. Does manage to wrap his left foot around across towards the near post. It goes behind I thought was a defender's shin, but the referee took a second to make the decision. He's given a goal kick. Len Trusty, the joint team manager of North Kent Schools FA, advising the referee that it was a corner. Fortunately, the referee's the man that makes the decisions. Kimwali flicked it on, and Tate Trusty there had plenty of time to bring that down and run at the Newcastle defence. Instead, he tried a first-time ball over the top. That kick could cause some pressure. It's got past Namori Kane. Kalanauskas just had to wait and hope that it came into his area in time. Just about did. It goes from Franklin towards Nduwini, and then sat up for Ben Douglas. He didn't connect at all well with the strike. Substitution there for North Kent. On is Kyle Smith, and off is Nikola Kristanovic, and that's brought Adrian Akande out to the left-hand side in a slight switch of tactics for North Kent. Akande been causing problems over on the far side. Akinwali's won it back here. Akinwali, the central of the three strikers, he's got two over on the right-hand side. Strike comes from distance, is levered well over the bar by Josh Chambers. So number 15 for North Kent, Carl Smith, has gone out wide on the right-hand side. It's a 4-5-1 that North Kent play. Kristanovic is the man that was replaced, and this man, Akande, is now on the left-hand side. Cuts inside onto his right foot, skips away from two challenges. Chance to pull the trigger. Instead, he tries to turn away from one more man. That's good alert goalkeeping by Asika Ogu. Akande racing away to try and win it back, but that will be the final action of the first half here in the ESFA Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy Final. North Kent scores FA 0, Newcastle upon Tyne scores FA 0. Chances at both ends, the best of which fell to Adrian Akande at the far post, about 10 yards from goal, unmarked, put it wide. Both goalkeepers have had to be alert in smothering some of the danger in both of the goal mouths, but as it stands, it is all square at the break. We will join you for the second half here at St Andrews very shortly. Welcome back to St Andrews, the home of Birmingham City. We're moments away from the second half of the ESFA Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy Final. North Kent scores FA 0, Newcastle upon Tyne scores FA 0 at half-time. Reminder, we do have another match coming up for you later on this afternoon. The Under-14 Inter-County Trophy for girls kicks off at 3:30. North Kent in the blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks will kick off the second half. Through their main striker, Victor Akinwale. Certainly the side that looked to get the ball down on the floor and play it around a bit more in the first half than the northeast counterparts. It's good pressure there. Akinwale trying to turn and then tries to spread it over to the far side for Akande. Forceful challenge, and that's a lovely ball in behind the defence there. Great goalkeeping by Asikogu. Really well-timed challenge, had to make sure. Oh, it's a risk to let that ball bounce. Was there a nudge in the back there? The goalkeeper has lost it, and the goalkeeper was fouled, says Lewis Richards. Valanauskas came out to get it under pressure from Nduwini. Nduwini was trying to get in behind. Namori Kane, the North Kent defender, came across as well, and there was a bit of a clash, and Valanauskas has stayed down. I'll remind you that Valanauskas himself was a very late replacement for the regular goalkeeper Max Hearn. Max Hearn failed a fitness test, was put through his paces by the coaching staff in the warm-up and deemed unfit to play. Let's look again at the incident. The initial trouble there for the defender was letting the ball bounce, and Nduwini was coming in, him and Namori Kane, and then both kind of clattered into Valanauskas. Medical team are just making sure that he's all right. A very interesting situation for North Kent, should Valanauskas not be able to continue with one injured goalkeeper already out of the final. Everybody seems relatively happy that Valanauskas is ready. Indeed, he's wanting to get on with the game before the paramedics have even made their way off the pitch. So we're back underway. Probably have a minute or two added on for that injury to Valanauskas. That's a good chop inside from the substitute Kyle Smith. Again, they go up early, Newcastle, for Nduwini. Holds it off well, he shrugs off three men. Still going with the ball, Nduwini. Hasn't really got an option here, Nduwini. He's had to go all himself. Tries to slot it through for Nkunku, cleared by Kane. And it's kept in on the far side by Akande. Changes direction so quickly. I think the assistant on the far side has spotted a tug on a shirt. The sun threatens to shine in the West Midlands again. Harvey Hill's going the long way around the outside, does win a throw-in in an attacking position. Douglas throws it back down the line to Franklin, who tries to send it back where it came from. Valanauskas goal kick goes straight to an opposition player. North Kent do eventually move the ball forward. Akinwale trying to cause problems. So quick that it's causing a bit of panic just inside the Newcastle half. They've eventually got it back over the halfway line, only for the North Kent skipper Trusty to put it back where it came from. Very scrappy as North Kent try and get the ball down. Trusty gives it away. Newcastle clear their lines, route one. Hills goes wide for Douglas, challenged well. Tall figure of number 7, Hills again. Once again, Newcastle are forced to lump it long over the top. It does break on the edge of the box towards Nduwini. Kunku trying to return it to the skipper. So scrappy at the start of this second half. Lovely neat turn though and laid off, and Watmore can pull the trigger, it's just wide. In fact, it's gone behind for a corner. Whether Valanauskas got a touch on that. That was the great piece of skill by Nduwini to tee up Watmore. And that is indeed a very good save by Valanauskas. Suitably recovered from the knock he took a couple of moments ago. Decent hit by Alfie Watmore. Corner to Newcastle. Valanauskas happy to cling on to that at the near post. Trying to release Smith. Substitute late in the first half, Kyle Smith wins a throw-in. That's good work by Smith to find Captain Trusty, just couldn't quite bring it under control. Now it's laid wide by Nduwini to start another attack for Newcastle. Ben Douglas rides a strong challenge on the far side. Wayne Bushell. Both players fully committed, both teams fully committed. It's cut back towards the edge of the box. Nduwini's touch wasn't the best, and Kunku will try the acrobatics. It was actually Nduwini who tried the bicycle kick. His strike partner on Kunku, just the touch there, sat it up too high. Nduwini fancied something spectacular in the final, didn't quite connect with it. Has scored 11 goals in this competition, Nduwini. Superb from Smith. Excellent touch and great skill to get away from two men. Akinwale gets there first. Breaks in the centre of midfield for Trusty. Good feet by Leach. Up towards the feet of Akinwale again. Cleared by Lindo. Brilliant, brilliant from Smith. Skips past two challenges. And there's a chance for a cross here as well, flicked away. Trusty's involved on the edge of the box. Majmudar delays the clearance eventually. Newcastle put their foot through it. North Kent will try and come again. Eventually Newcastle will clear down the left-hand side, but that's brilliant again from Kyle Smith, who has made a real difference since coming on. Luke Majmouda, the two diminutive figures going head-to-head. Smith certainly winning that battle at the moment. Dane's trying a surging run from left back, but Smith just shepherds him out of play. Taking a throw in early for Akinwale, he manages to shrug off near Keeler. Again, trying to play a bit of football. Josh Chambers with the misplaced pass. Maury Kane, no nonsense, but this time he's beaten by the bounce, and Kunku almost through. Really well dealt with by Wayne Bushell. Either side really able to get the ball on the floor. Watmore spun away from Chambers and was caught. It's a neat turn by Watmore. Just lifted over his head. Twice, in fact, and then Chambers came in. Just caught him. I'd say this is probably a touch too far out to have a go at goal, especially at under 13 level. You never know what set-piece specialists might have in the bag. Alfie Watmore is the man tasked with it. He won it. Plays in Sunderland's academy. He does lift it, and it's over the goalkeeper, and it's in. What a strike by Alfie Watmore to give Newcastle upon Tyne the lead in this under-13 Inter-Association Trophy final. Huge celebrations for the team in black and white. Watmore's 7th goal of this competition from midfield. And it was a free kick from all of 25, 30 yards out. Look at this for a strike, well over the wall, looping just under the crossbar. Valanauskis got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. So North Kent, who have probably been the better of the two sides on the ball, have now got to find a way back into this as Akandi goes racing away down the left-hand side. Plays the give and go. Akandi's into the box here, left-footed, beaten behind for a corner. Almost an instant response from North Kent, and this game has all of a sudden come alive here at St Andrews. Adrian Akandi, the twinkle-toed left winger, will take this corner. Decent one as well. Akinwale was in there. Brilliant from the goalkeeper to palm it away, and its second ball in has been cleared. Oh, and then a dangerous attempt to take on his man. This is Nkunku for Newcastle. Goes round to Maury Kane. Has a speculative effort from distance, and it's only just put behind by Valanauskis. Nearly a quick-fire double for Newcastle. All of a sudden, end-to-end here. Valanauskis stretching. Just got there. Feet by Nkunku to get away from Kane. Thought he was going to look for his strike partner Underween. He pulled the trigger from distance. That's all Valanauskis could do to get across and get down. Pushing and shoving going on the goal line. So the referee's keeping a close eye on. Corner is only half cleared, and the strike left-footed. It's by Underween. Off target. 20 minutes to play. Newcastle winning by 1-0. That super free kick by Alfie Watmore just a couple of moments ago. Smith dispossessed for North Kent. Akinwale, good strength. Tries to lift it over the top for himself. He's won the second ball as well, Akinwale. Just crowded out. And eventually it is cleared for Underweeny to think about giving chase to. Alanauskas was there. Bit more urgency about North Kent now, and that throw could go over the top. Victor Akinwale flicks it over the defender. The cross isn't great though. Newcastle can clear. And Kunku trying to go around Kane. Does so as well. Well cut out there by Wayne Bushell. Kane littered over the top. Victor Akinwale giving chase again. No chances. Ben Franklin clears into the stands. And the majority of the first portion of this second period was scrappy. No side really able to get a foothold on the game. And now since Newcastle took the lead, all of a sudden both sides have been very animated. The dugouts have been a hive of activity. There's a chance here for Akande. Good feet again to skip away from the challenge. Parried by Asikogu. And cleared. But again, Adrian Akande is causing problems. And Warwick Kane has come up from the back. It's over his head. Trusty tries to lift it back in. Newcastle managed to clear their lines again. I think with only 18 minutes left on the clock, there will be some changes imminently. That's headed behind. It'll be a North Kent corner. I have to say that apart from one Newcastle counter-attack, since conceding, North Kent have been the side that have looked more likely to get the next goal. Adrian Akande at the heart of that. Corner doesn't beat the first man. Nice layoff for Smith. Smith trying to find Trusty in the box. Again, there's a strong challenge, but again, there's a hurried clearance. It only finds a blue shirt again. Unrelenting at the moment from North Kent. Josh Leach's throw will bounce twice in the box. Akinwale turns, cross towards the far post, comes off the thigh of the defender, and Asikogu just picks it up. Really dangerous ball across the 6-yard box by Akinwale there. Two defenders and the goalkeeper just about dealt with it. It's not a bad ball in behind, it's well read. Smith can't control. Trusty has certainly pushed forward a touch more from his central midfield position in support of the striker Akinwale. North Kent try and find a way back into this. Here is Trusty. Now finds Akande, who's electric again. Lovely reverse ball for Akinwale as well. It's blocked, breaks to Akinwale again, comes back to Trusty, who slices it a few yards wide of Mauro Asikogu's goal. Around about 15 minutes to play. ricochet could fall nicely. Wayne Bushell has eventually got it as it's spun away towards the left-hand side. Clearance has charged down. There's change being readied for North Kent, which we will have now. Man coming off is Jack Piersky. He's been replaced by Dan Butt. Dan Butt's got about a quarter of an hour to have an impact on this final. Slot into the centre of midfield. Trusty turned, and then as he looked to play forward was just caught from behind. Free kick is switched over to Josh Leach. Gets past Majmouda. First involvement for Butt. Good feet as well. Trusty tries to return it to the substitute, but can't. It's up to the feet of Nduwene. Looks after it and then moves it to the right-hand side. Douglas coming inside again, as he has done all game. Runs into trouble and then gives it away. Cleared up towards Akande. His first touch takes him away from the first man, but across on the cover. Vitalis Nikila. This ball could favour Akinwale. It's Akinwale trying to wriggle free. Cleared only as far as Smith. Miscontrols. Majmouda gets it back to Daines, who puts his foot through it. Now danger at the other end as Nduwene gets away from his man. Michael Nduwene lifts it into the roof of the net and doubles Newcastle's lead. Michael Nduwene, the captain, with his 12th goal of the competition. Now that is a sublime finish. Rolled away from Namori Kane. And then when faced with the one-on-one with the goalkeeper, was confident enough to lift it over his head into the roof of the net. North Kent 0, Newcastle 2. Advantage doubled for the side from the northeast, seeking their first national title in 85 years. North Kent have got to find a way back into this, and they've got to find it quickly. They're readying another change as Smith tries to start an attack down this near side. Huge throw down the line from Josh Leach. Akinwale in behind. Tries to flick it back towards Akande. It's cleared. But heads it up rather than in. Almost breaks for Akinwale and Akande. And again, Newcastle just about scramble it away. North Kent going a bit more route one. Butt picks up the loose ball after it looked like there was maybe a push in the back, but then beats one man, tries to go round a second. Industrious work down the left-hand side from the substitute, but the back heel away is successful for Newcastle though. It's helped on its way by Douglas. Now Hills just tries to put one over the top for Nduwene to chase. Smith loses out to Daines. Burley fullback, ball down the line is blocked. Majmouda does well to poke it between two blue shirts. Daines is the furthest forward he's been in this final. Loses the ball behind him. jumping clearance will run all the way through to Asikogu. Ten minutes left of this final. Two wonderful finishes from Newcastle's two star men, the difference. Watmall's free kick and Unduini's cool, calm one-on-one. Couple of substitutions coming for North Kent. 10 minutes to go. Number 5, Wayne Russell, is coming off for George Hunter. Hunter, a striker. Bushell, a defender. And also coming off is Tate Trusty, to be replaced by Lenny Barnes. 3 at the back is the message for North Kent. Nothing to lose now. Duini's done well to ride a couple of challenges there. The most forceful of the 3 draws a free kick. Newcastle making a change. Luke Majmudar off, Owen Drinkeld on. Feet by Douglas, and all of a sudden Newcastle playing some football. What more? Tried something similar to what he managed with a free kick earlier on in this match. This time just over the bar. Drinkell moves it forward for Nduini, laid off for Nkunku. The space on the right hand side for Douglas. Nkunku opts to beat his man. Eventually releases it. Not through his own choice, I'm sure. Here's Hills. Douglas fancies a go. Twice it's sat up for him just outside the box. Douglas once in either half. Another substitution coming from the side that are firmly in control of this under-13 Inter-Association Trophy final. On comes number 15, Joseph Grigg, who replaces number 10, Nathan Nkunku. Shoring things up at the back. Joseph Grigg, a defender. Nkunku, a centre forward. So just the one man up top now for Newcastle in Nduini. So they look to keep out any onslaught to come from North Kent. Kane trying to turn his way out of trouble. Loose from Hills, and Kane tries the early thrower. Candy lifts it over the top. And under pressure, Niakila just puts it behind for a North Kent corner. If he could get a goal now, the last few minutes would be interesting. 5.5 minutes of normal time to play. We did have an injury to the North Kent goalkeeper, Aridas Valanauskas, at the beginning of this half, which will probably lead to a couple more minutes of additional time. In comes the corner. Headed away at the near post, nobody wanting to challenge for the second ball. Eventually Newcastle can clear it. Now it's Smith, just trying to lever one into the box, held well by Asikogu, who's looked very assured in the Newcastle goal. safe hands again despite the on-rushing George Hunter. That ball's bounced once. Drinkeld surely used his arm to help that on. Nothing given. North Kent will play on, try and play it forward for a candy. This time, I think handball's been given. A couple more subs to come from North Kent here. Frankie Burgess coming off to be replaced by Callum Hudson. And Nikola Kristanovic, who started this match, is reintroduced to replace Josh Chambers. Referee blew his whistle there as if to say we could carry on. Just haven't done the second substitution. We have now. Kristanovic is on for the last few minutes. Played most of the first half. Namori Kane is a late addition to the battering ram for North Kent now. Pretty much everybody forward, and in it comes. Kane was certainly involved in there. Newcastle clear their lines. Lifted back in. Is it too heavy? It might bounce through to the keeper, Asiko-Ogu, under pressure. Did really well to take that. Really, really good goalkeeping again from Mauro Asiko-Ogu. That was not an easy ball to deal with. May well have taken a bit of a knock for his troubles there. Again, it's a booming kick forward. That's a flick on for Drinkeld to try and run onto. Drinkeld was offside. We have a family affair at Newcastle. Kevin Drinkeld, the team manager, Connor Drinkeld, the coach, Owen Drinkeld, the second half substitute. About 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining here at St Andrews. That flick on is through, and Akinwale had a chance there, and he snatched at it. Decent chance that for Akinwale, not the nicest of angles, but he just swiped at it. And it comes off the outside of his right boot, unable to hit the target, Akinwale. He's their main goal threat, and if he's not on target, just wonder where the goals are going to come from for North Kent. Candy's had a couple of chances in this game, one of them a golden one in the first half. Trinko with a big throw down the line, and Dewini versus Kane. Kane emerges victorious. It's a good ball up the line as well. Kane goes up towards Kristanovic, playing through the middle now. Started wide left at the beginning of this final. Lifted over the top. Smith hasn't beaten the offside trap, but again Asiko-Ogu was very, very quick to come off his line. Just 1 minute of normal time remaining. Time quickly running out for North Kent. Another sub coming for Newcastle, making sure that all of their players get a taste of this final. The man coming on is George Wilson. He is replacing number 2, Ben Franklin. Newcastle just moments away from their first national title in 85 years, their first at this age group. Danes has done really well to get that away to Drinkeld, but he doesn't get that ball forward correct. 3 minutes of time added on. But you feel that that may not be enough for North Kent. Josh Leach was just caught there as he tried to play the ball forward. He stayed down, Leach. Will need some treatment, Josh Leach. Those 3 minutes that we had to add on drag on a little bit further, and I don't think Leach is going to be able to continue. So Wayne Bushell is reintroduced. Kane getting involved, he stayed in towards the near post. It might break here, and it's nodded into the back of the net, and this could make things interesting. Kristanovic, only just reintroduced, brings the ball back to the centre spot. Akinwale was involved at the near post after Kane turned it in. Danes cleared, Kane lifted it back in. Akinwale just couldn't get there, but Kristanovic nodded home in front of Asikogu. And we've got a very interesting last couple of minutes of this final on our hands here at St Andrews. Kent back in this. North Kent 1, Newcastle upon Tyne 2. Is there hope yet? Reminder that pretty much as soon as we started the 3 minutes of time added on, there was an injury to Josh Leach, which will have us adding a bit more time on than we first planned. Kane, who can claim the assist, heads away, but helps it on its way. Akinwale trying to turn away. Was there a handball there? It doesn't matter because Akinwale spread it wide for Smith, and all of a sudden North Kent can feel an equaliser coming. Smith tries to turn inside, but he's won a corner. Chance to get everybody in the box here for North Kent, and plenty of support from the crowd as well. Have they left it too late? Everybody in the box bar the goalkeeper. Needs to be a good delivery here from Kyle Smith. And it's a low one towards the near post. It's helped on its way. Here's Kristanovic, fancies another goal, hits it right-footed, takes a deflection, bounces in front of the goalkeeper Asikogu, who holds on and was caught. Asikogu just stepped out there to win it. I think he was caught just as the North Kent player sort of fell on his ankle maybe. Again, Asikogu proving that even when faced with pressure, he's brave and he's happy to hold on to the ball. Really good goalkeeping. And was that the last chance for North Kent? Drinko for Newcastle will run it into the corner and hold it, but he won't have to wait that long because the referee, Lewis Richards, blows the full-time whistle, and the celebrations belong to Newcastle upon Tyne Schools FA. They are the Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy winners 2017. Huge celebrations for an association that hasn't won a national title for 85 years. Last won one in the Under-15s English Schools Trophy in 1932. They will have their name etched on the 2017 Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy final. So yeah, super free kick from the midfield man Alfie Whitmore from all of 30 yards that beat the goalkeeper and broke the deadlock in the second half. And then a cool and composed finish for his 12th goal of the competition from Michael Ndewini, the skipper, that doubled Newcastle's advantage. Nikola Kristanovic got one back for North Kent in stoppage time at the end of the second half. Any further efforts were futile. Newcastle hung on. They are the Under-13 Inter-Association Trophy final winners here at St Andrews. They go over to the far side to celebrate with their friends and family. Huge achievement, national title for those boys, just 12 and 13 years of age, playing on this big stage. It was their first ever final for North Kent schools across any age group. So credit to them, they made it a real contest and played some great football. But the victory belongs to Newcastle. We've got another game coming up for you on this live stream at 3:30 this afternoon from St Andrews. It's the Under-14 Inter-County Trophy for girls. Lancashire County versus Kent County. So do stay with us for that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we make the presentation for today, there's just a couple of thank yous we'd like to make. Firstly, to Birmingham City Football Club for hosting today's game. Secondly, to PlayStation, who are sponsoring this season's competition. And next, 24/7 TV, providing the TV coverage, which is on YouTube at the moment, and the 353 photography for the matchday photographs. Now we'll move on to the presentation, starting with the match officials today. So a big round of applause for referee Lewis Richards and his assistant referees Andrew Dixon and Paul Hobday. commiserations to North Kent schools in favour. A big round of applause for today. Start with number 1, Adrian Valadic-Bousas. Number 2, Frankie Burgess. Number 4, Josh Leach. Number 5, Wayne Russell. Number 6, Jack Lesky. Number 7, Captain Tate Trusty. Number 8, Josh Chambers. Number 9, the goal scorer, Nikola Kristanovic. Number 10, Victor Akinwale. Number 11, Adrian Akande. Number 17, Namori Kane. Number 3, Dan Budd. Number 12, Lenny Barnes. Number 14, Callum Hudson. Number 15, Kyle Smith. And number 16, George Hunter. Now we ask the 2 team managers for North Kent to go forward. And now a big round of applause for North Kent Schools ESFA. And now we move on to the winners of the competition, Newcastle upon Tyne Schools ESFA. Start with number 1, Mario Asikagu. Number 2, Ben Franklin. Number 3, Nathan James. Number 4, Ben Douglas. Number 5, Vitalis Naikila. Number 6, Afonso Lindo. Number 7, Harvey Hill. Number 8, the goal scorer, Alfie Watmore. Number 10, Nathan Kunku. Number 11, Luke Mashmuda. Number 12, Jack Leckie. Number 14, George Wilson. Number 15, Joseph Grigg. Number 16, Owen Drinkfeld. And number 17, Joe Ferguson. Now can we have the 2 team managers from Newcastle, please? And now the captain, number 9, scorer of the second goal, Michael Ndwendi. we present